fabric, fiberglass duct that goes in the Nissan NV. Here's your front vents right here. And they get good airflow. I will turn upside down. But as you go to the middle vents and then to the rear vents, you can't really tell now. This is the cross beams. That's why you have the restrictions. It has to get past the cross beams. So that means it has to get thin. Look at the restrictions here. Look, I have like a finger's worth of airflow. I don't care how wide it is. Look at that.
So after the first one, it's already...
Yeah, well, these have their own dedicated, if you look, these are the front vents, they have their own dedicated duct here. But look, it has to flow through here. Look how narrow that is, how flat, because it has to pass the cross beams. Then it goes up, restriction again, second restriction.
So the further you get back, the more restrictions.
Here's the middle vents, third restriction. Fourth restriction, rear vents, no airflow, you're done. You see what I'm saying? That's the thing. So this is glued to the inside of the headliner. This comes right off with a hairdryer. You know what I mean? It takes you 15 minutes, but that's how it is. And this is where the plastic duct goes. So many NV owners have taped, retaped it, resealed it, and they got a little better airflow. But it doesn't matter. With all these restrictions, you're not going to get sufficient airflow.
I never even realized how many restrictions.
If you're going to take your headliner down and do all that work, you might as well just install my airflow kit, and you're done. First thing to do when you're working around airbags, there's airbags down each side under the headliner in the roof of the NV. It's a good idea to disconnect the ground terminal on the battery. It's a 10mm socket, and wait about 15 minutes. That will de-energize the airbags, and then you'll be safe to work on it, just in case. Behind the driver's seat, there's a seat belt. There's a 14mm bolt that needs to be removed, so we can remove the panel, the upper pillar, and the panel there on the for the AC unit. Just pop out the two window latches, and it will unsnap. The bottom panel will unsnap from the vehicle. Then we'll work on the pillars. We want to remove that panel after we remove the 14mm seatbelt bolt. Go ahead. When you take the AC side panel out, you notice there's a lip and it goes under the step. So you have to pop the step up a little bit, and then you can, release that lip, and then you can take the panel out. Okay. But then you also have to remove this molding a little bit. It just pops back in too.
What piece
We're taking this piece off here. That's the only piece we have to take off. But we have to take all these pillars off.
Okay.
To take the headliner down.
All right.
There's a 12-volt socket. That's for the 12-volt port. And this needs to be disconnected. You just squeeze it and it unplugs. I think it's... Yep, top and bottom. You squeeze it and it unplugs. And the panel comes out. And there's the AC unit. These plastic tools, you can purchase them at Harbor Freight pretty cheap. They're panel removers. And if you don't want to use a screwdriver, because you can mar up the panel and damage it. But these are nice because they pop in, and these are good for taking the clips off the headliner too. There's a kit, I think it comes with like 8 different configuration pieces. It's about $7 or $10 at Harbor Freight Tools. I bought this online at Amazon. Or you can buy them online at Amazon too. That goes there, and what it is there's a rivet that's in here that has to be drilled out, and then there's glue that you can heat up with a hairdryer, and then this duct comes out because the duct hoses are going to be fed through here.
And that comes from
and then down. Yeah, and this goes above here. And to get it out, all you do is you turn the T. Where is it? The T on the seat belt. You turn it sideways and you feed it through the slot. You don't totally take this off. You know what I mean? But you can. You know what I'm saying? You can just let it hang like this. It's fine. You can work around it. And then when you run the duct hoses, they come down. This is going to go bye-bye. That's leaving. That duct and everything's going. So you're going to have 2 duct hoses that come down that feed through the upright pillar and into the AC unit.
And there's 5 of these, right?
Yeah. Yep. under this cap here it says SRS curtain airbag. You pop it out with like a screwdriver or a plastic screwdriver preferably so you don't mar up the cover. 10mm bolt comes out. And then these just pop right off. You can move this panel back a little bit. They also snap in. They snap into the bottom of the
Thank you.
this panel here. Come out through the front, and there you go. The pillar's out.
Hey, buddy.
I can make stuff. I like making stuff. Yeah, so this doesn't hurt your headliners.
That
can make it a little
that comes
bit.
with the kit?
Does now. Get ready because that headline, do those all clips out? I think so. That headline will be coming down. Plug has to come out of the rear light. There you go. And that disconnects. And panels, the clips are out. All out. The headline is ready to come out. Down here. Now we're gonna hair dryer and heat that up.
So what we're doing is getting the gray off.
Yeah. This is how it's going to come in the box, in the kit. All you do is connect it. It's nice and tight. Plastic duct connector. Okay. Here's the sealer. Don't want any leaks. There you go. Kneaded or whatever you want to call it, and it's nice, and this tape seals very well. Okay, now it's ready to be mounted to the roof.
So these are both together, and They are labeled.
Passenger side front duct, driver side front. That's before they tape together. And then this is rear.
Taped together.
Driver side rear, passenger side rear.
Okay, got it. Zip ties.
You get to bend this down so that when it comes out, there's a little slot here it goes. This down here, like that. You can actually put them in all if you want. Put it in the slot here. It's a slot hole that comes into a big square hole. There we go. 5 on each side.
5 on each side.
You can leave the front zip tied down. It's really easier to bend this down a little bit and attach the duct hose. You know, the rest you can.
Step 3. Screw them into the AC unit. Use the duct hose through the bracket in the driver's door.
It's kind of exciting to be on step 3
Yeah.
of the second page.
Alright. Push the airflow adapter on there. And then there's a hole drilled in the adapter, but you got self-tapping screws. There you go.
That's it.
That's it there. Before we go any further, that's got to be drilled out. There's a rivet in there. I mentioned in there? I'm pretty sure I mentioned it.
So this is a different step then? Or
Yeah, I'm not sure it said this. It's
Alright.
there's one rivet that holds this duct in, and there's some glue. But you got to drill out the. You know what I'm saying? You got to drill it once. There you go. Then you can either cut the glue out. Heat it up would be the best way. Okay. I just drilled out the rivet. There's one rivet that holds this in that was right there. Doesn't matter if you go through and put a hole. You're not going to use this duct anymore anyway. Then there was some glue here, and it just came apart there. You want to keep these. You don't want to break these because you got a magnet here and you got clips that hold it into the vehicle. So I just cut it with a thing, or you can use a hair dryer if you want. And then it slides right down. Take these out. You don't need these anymore. These two, these cushions, because the duct hoses are going to have a problem fitting in there. So you can take this out and get rid of these. We won't need those. That was from the panel moving around. We're not going to have a plastic panel in there, so you don't have to worry about that. And then it gives you more room for the duct hoses. Just peels right off. These duct hoses are going to go from the AC unit, and they're going to have to be. are going to be fed up in here, and they're going to go into the they're going to go up to the upright ducts. That's why I say you got to remove this stuff so it gives you more room. But they have to be compressed, so I'm not ready to do that yet. But this is how it's. It fits like a glove. Yep, I made those foam inserts. Airtight too. There you go. There you go. Toss not in the garbage. Or you can keep it as a souvenir.
Leave it right
Yeah, what I'll do is once you run the hoses up here, you can just screw that in there. You know what I mean? Let it hang. Then you can run your hoses. You can shorten them or however you want to do it. But I was telling people to use like a bungee cord to hang it, but I got a better idea. I think I did them right. I don't think I'm going to shorten them or anything. They're fine the way they are.
Show me the label of the tape.
Oh yeah,
just
sorry,
to the camera.
There you go. I marked
Okay.
all the pieces of tape. You really don't even have to use the. Now they made that new adapter. You really don't have to use any of the tape around the adapter. It's sealed nice.
Right.
There's not going to be any leaks there. You can put it.
'That's what that looks like.
Yeah.
Back it up.
About 7 miles per hour coming out. And then once you get here, it's down to about 3.5, 3, oh, 2.8. Oh, it stopped blowing. 3 miles an hour. 41, 42 miles an hour airflow. Let's see this. Could even be higher. 48 miles an hour airflow. Wow.
And this is now the headliner that will go back up.
Oh, yeah, I'll take it. This was the Nissan.
That's where the airflow is going through. I like the way it's manhandled.
Let's see, here we go.
But that's all got to come off.
Yep.
Yep.
It's a hair
Okay.
dry. It takes about, I said 15 minutes, probably like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But
Well,
this is the biggest job. You have to get this off because otherwise the duct system's not going to fit.
okay. Big difference?
Yeah, it feels great. Like it's nothing compared to what it was. It's completely just blasting out of this. And so
Oh, it's real. Yeah,
we're
you know why?
thankful.
Because at 2 feet down, it's very strong. You're closer than 2 feet to that.
How about the back? How about the back? You can feel it there too?
The back's blowing just as hard or harder than the middle.
Yeah.
So
All right, cool.
this would be nice for the kids.
How's it
Does the
feel?
air feel good?
Is it colder?
Does it feel different?
Yes.
Yes.
Does it feel good?
Yes.
Does it feel good?
Stella, does it feel good?
Get all the way in the back.
Yeah.
See how the air feels.
Yeah, I can't believe it's so stagnant. You know? I mean, you can't roll the windows down and nothing.
Leah, get buckled.
That feels good too, Daddy.
Good.
It feels good?
Oh, it is so. It is so.
Should we all go back there?
Yeah, it is.
How does it feel? Nice and cool?
Yeah. I'll say like I like here forever.
Big difference.
All right,
Get
come
in
on,
your
get in
seat.
your seats.
Well, if that's not a testimonial, I don't know what